Hey guys, welcome back. After I posted my January favorites video, many of you were asking if I could talk a little bit more about this Tarte magnetic palette and show you what I had in it and compare it to the Z palette. So I am going to do that today if my lighting and the weather cooperates. It is very windy and kind of stormy outside, so we are going to see how this goes. So if you're interested in seeing a little bit more about this Tarte magnetic palette, just keep watching. If you follow me on my social media, you know this pattern came back in stock recently. I hope it's still back in stock by the time this is actually up and running. But I encourage you guys to check the Tarte website fairly frequently, or Ulta, to see when they come back in stock, because you just never know. This was out of stock when my January favorites posted and came back less than a week later. This comes in 3 patterns. This one, which is Wild Animal, a pink one that's called Kiss and Make Up, and kind of a metallic snakeskin like print called Gold Digger. That one, last time I checked, was still out of stock. This is 6.5 inches square and retails for $17, which I think for the quality of this palette is a great price. It is super sturdy. I just can't get over the quality of this palette. It's not cardboard. This is a plastic. I don't know what this is covered in exactly, but it just does not feel like it could get damaged in any way. I love the little metal label that's on here that says Tarte. And let's see, I'm just going to hold that up. And you can see there's like a little texture on here too. Just a nice little detail. So when you open it up, the magnet is very sturdy. I'm trying to do that over and over so you can actually hear how sturdy it is. I don't ever feel like it's going to go flying open, and there's a huge mirror there. That's a huge pro to me, to have a big mirror when I'm traveling with a palette. Even here, it's just nice to have something that I can hold close up. The drawback to this mirror is that it doesn't stay open, so you are going to have to prop it up, but I somehow always find a way to MacGyver it and make it work. You young people that don't know what MacGyver is, do a quick Wikipedia, maybe Urban Dictionary, figure out what MacGyver is. But you can see here, all you can put in here. And I just love this palette. I think the quality is just superb. It's sturdy, it's great quality, it's protective, and it holds a lot. Now, in comparison, what I was using before was the Z palette, and I want to say this is the large size. When I actually measured this, it seemed to be somewhere in between the medium and the large size in terms of measurements. It says that the large is 7.5 roughly by 4.13, and it retails for $20. The medium size is almost 6 inches by 3.25, and it retails for $17, which is the size of this. So either way, they're both smaller than this, and they both are either the same or a little bit more in price. The extra large Z palette, which I don't have, is 7.38 inches by 5.25, and it is $28. Now, a pro to the Z palettes is that they do come with the metal stickers that you can put on the back of the shadows. And some of them do have this clear window so you can see your shadows. So you can have a big mirror or you can have a see-through window. I personally prefer a mirror, but that's just me. Also, in contrast, it's lightweight and it's eco-friendly, and it comes in several sizes. So you have a little bit more versatility with the Z palette. The large size is the one that's most common, that middle size, the $20. It comes in all the different patterns, and it's the one that you tend to see everywhere. So it really depends on what you're looking for in a palette. If you want something that's really lightweight and eco-friendly, Z palette is going to be the way to go. If you want something that's more sturdy and fun to use and more protective, that holds more, and you're going to get more for your money in terms of what it can hold, then I would go for the Tarte. Or you can have both, like I have. But, you know, they both have their place. I have heard of the rare instance of people having issues with this window popping in travel. I haven't had that issue. They're both good palettes. I don't think you can go wrong with either. I'm just in love with this Tarte palette. So now on to what I have in here. Apparently when I opened it in the January video, you guys wanted to know what I put in here. Before anyone says anything to me in the comments about how old a couple of these shadows might be, I am aware. They are not giving me any issues. I have sanitized them several times, and I love them. I still use them. I don't have any issues with them. So I'm just going to keep them in my palette. So I just want to give you that disclaimer up front. I am aware a couple of them are a little bit older, but I'm going to keep using them because they smell fine. They're working fine. I do keep them clean. That's that. Before I get started, I just want to tell you why I made this palette. I had depotted a few MAC shadows, and I had some Stila shadows that were just pan shadows, and I also depotted one Laura Mercier shadow, and I just wanted a warm palette that I could just reach for and create some warm eye looks. And really, yeah, that's all that's in here is warm eyeshadows. You know, for my blue eyes, that's just a really good flattering look, so I keep it on top of my makeup table so that I can reach for it at any time and just create something nice and flattering and warm. And really, I feel like anybody could use these colors, but it's just a nice, easy go-to palette for me with some of my favorite shades in it. Okay, we're gonna do this teacher style, and I'm gonna try and have the lights not reflect, and I might swatch this in some manner in a minute. So this shade here is MAC Bronze, which is just such a beautiful, warm, shimmery brown. And then we have MAC Amber Lights, which is just a quintessential beautiful bronzy gold shade. It's so pretty on blue eyes. And here we have MAC Swiss Chocolate, which is just a great crease shade, but I line with the shade sometimes too. And then this is MAC Corduroy, also a great crease and liner shade, outer V shade as well. MAC Mythology, which this has some red tones to it, and I like the shade, but sometimes I feel like it's not pigmented enough. I like to use this wet a little bit more than I do dry. And this is MAC Cork, which you can see I've used a lot of. Transition, crease, this is a great shade. This is MAC Woodwinked, which I really haven't had all that long. I guess just a few months. It's a great color. I don't know what took me so long to get it. This is Stila Summer and Stila Oasis. Really, really good combination, these two. This is MAC Vanilla, which I actually like the shade, but I find that it doesn't have that much pigment, so I really have to reach into it a couple times. MAC Shroom, just a classic, quintessential, great lid or highlight color. MAC Ricepaper. MAC All That Glitters, classic shade. And moving up here, this is Stila Jezabel. This is just, oh, so pretty in the crease or on the lid. Just a peachy, corally, shimmery color, but not too shimmery. And this is Stila Quaint, which is a blush, but I wear that too as a transition color sometimes. And this is Stila Brava. Again, I wear this as a transition color. I think it was a bronzer. And this is MAC Paradisco. Paradisco, I'm not sure how you say it. But it looks kind of scary and a little bit bright in the pan, but on the lid, it's gorgeous. And this is Stila Puppy. This is probably my perfect transition shade. One of the reasons why I created this palette, because I wasn't wearing it nearly enough. This is Laura Mercier Guava. I think it's one of the most beautiful, light, peachy shades there is. I love using it as a transition shade. And then Stila Sun. Really pretty shade. I like to use it wet too. I kind of have trouble getting pigment from this one, but it's such a pretty shade. So I'm going to try and swatch these and show you guys what they look like. And hopefully they will swatch well. And I'll be right back. So here are the swatches. I have the MAC swatched on one arm from kind of darkest to lightest. I hope that you guys can see the colors. I tried to get them to swatch as good as I could. And then I have the Stila and Laura Mercier on the other arm. And you can just see they're really warm colors. I enjoy wearing them. And it's actually only 5 that are not available anymore. The rest are available for purchase now. And that is it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video comparing the Tarte magnetic palette to the Z palettes and taking a look at the shadows that I keep in my Tarte palette that I love using so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you are not following me on my social media, I will put that on the screen and link it in the description box as well. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.